Welcome back on Underworld. Today I want to propose you a video about
the unboxing review about the White Dwarf issue 466 of the July 2021 release by the Games Workshop. We can start to see that the cover itself it's related about the contents inside, because it's about the Flashpoint Octarius that has some things related about the Tyrannid, and the cover itself it's the same that we can find in the Tyrannid codex available. This is an old one, but the image it's the same, as you can see. Anyway, now we can go to see what are the contents inside. Here it's the alternative cover that you can have if you order the alternative cover and you subscribe the White Dwarf itself, and it's really quite amazing one. I like a lot. I can't understand if they are the envies of Endorsed or something else, but I like a lot such ones. And here we can find this article, because this White Dwarf is mainly related about the Jervis Johnson retirement, so it goes on the pension. So it means that if not make some exceptional things in the White Dwarf in the future, but anyway, it doesn't work anymore for the Games Workshop, and you can think good or bad about Jervis Johnson, because it has a lot of merits and a lot of things that you could not approve too much about what he had done in the different editions on. Still, it has been a really key figure in the Games Workshop and the game that we love. So it's anyway something that I think it deserves quite a lot. And so we can flip and see the contents that are inside, that are quite a lot. Then we can find the part about the mini list of the readers to the White Dwarf. Here we can find this image that it's quite amazing, and it's the reproduction of the image of the third edition book. So the one of the main rules core book. So this one. As you can see, it has been really quite identical one, and I really like a lot. Maybe I would have preferred something a bit different, but I like that it's more realistic as color than the one in the image, and the positioning are almost the same, so quite nice. Here we can find something that I think that it's crazy but nice at the same time, because we have now in the world someone called Sigmar. Yes, a couple named his child Sigmar, so good luck anyway in the future. So we can continue. Here we can find other images, and as usual I suggest you to see these to understand if you are interested, for example, to some painting colors, some basing, some things that it can be interesting for you. Here we have how to paint in such a way this model that I really love, because it's an envious of the number one, quite nice. Here we have a part related about converted and some others related about the custodes, so wow. And here we have this an article about Phil Kelly talking about Jervis Johnson, and sincerely I think that it's quite good, because it makes you understand how much it has done along the years for the Games Workshop, White Dwarf and so on. And here the history of Games Workshop about the Jervis Johnson. So you can find that it's beginning from almost the beginning of the Games Workshop itself, the history of Jervis Johnson. So quite a lot. And if you think about how many things he has done, there are really quite a lot of amazing amount of things. So it has been really quite amazing, because it started in the 1982 and its career with the Games Workshop in 2021. So a lot of things, and really quite amazing. Then we can move a bit on the 40k, and I love such images about the Tyranids against the Blood Angels, because it remembers me something that I completely love, and it's related about the ball, and really quite amazing. And here we can find about Octarius, so the invasion related about the Tyranids themselves. So here I suggest you to read, because there are a lot of new background that you can really appreciate a lot, and I think that it will be quite interesting for you. And here we have a new chapter that is presented, that it's the Dark Krakens, and I think that can be quite interesting. Here we have a fiction related about such combinations, so Tyranids against the Dark Krakens, so we can find they're fighting against each other. And here something that it's about the points, the rules to play the Dark Kraken chapter, so that you can have some referral about. So it can be quite interesting to play with such ones, and obviously some rules to play such campaign of Octarius, so a lot of things related. Then we have a part of the tale of Forlord, and we see how they developed and they continued the army. So we had Sons of Medusa, and there are quite a lot of nice things. Sincerely, I don't like such intense color of green, but it has been painted quite good. Here the Toct dynasty that I always love to see, because I like such dynasty. Here we have the Sororities, so we can see also these new models. Here we have the WAG, and here we can see how they are the armies that they painted till now, so we can see how they progressed along the way. So I think that it can be quite interesting to see if you want to see something about the composition or so on, or have fun seeing some painted models eventually. And then we have these that are background related about the Indomitus Crusade, because it's continuing that one, so it's always something really good to see. And then a fiction about the Crusade, so we can find something also again related about Indomitus Crusade to continue, and new rules to continue the Indomitus Crusade, so to play the Crusade that you can find in the core book eventually, so quite nice. And here we can find this part that it's related to the Crusade, and these ones instead are related at Blood Bowl, because we'll see a referral about the Arbiters of Blood Bowl later in the White Dwarf itself. So we have this that we can take off and use. So we have a lot of things related about Crusade that can be useful. Here, how to paint in this case the Custodes, that are quite simple to paint, but it's nice to see them explained. And here this, that it's an article about Crudes that is talking about the match play and tournament, so how to develop them, how to play them. Sincerely, I can find it quite interesting anyway. It's something that it's worth reading. Maybe you can be agreeing with it or not, but it's nice anyway. Here we have about Age of Sigmar, and I like such image, because this realistic imaging with the miniatures on the background and so on, I really like. And we have something related about the cities of Sigmar, and it's nice because it allows you to see also the different symbols of the cities themselves, so it can be quite interesting to see. And there are also some personalization and so on about models. I don't like such a model, but I know that it's always something that it catch your sight really. And here some conversion about that can be quite interesting. For example, this one, it's quite simple because it has only some here cover mentors or so on, but can be nice. Here you go to see it's part of a 40k Adeptus Mechanicus models with the part from the Imperium to personalize in a really nice way. Also here there are a lot of nice conversions, simple ones but nice. And here we can find also other conversions that can be quite interesting, so that you can see how you can use a lot of different modifications, conversions, so on, to create something completely new but with a same theme for your army. So I think that it's really quite nice. Also see such shiny elements that are quite simple to realize but always amazing. Also here we can find that has been done in the way to combine a lot of different models. This is Bastillodon, but has the part about the Cities of Sigmar part, so it's really quite nice. I think you can have a lot of inspiration seeing such conversions. And then we have this that it's Jervis Johnson talking about his history, his hopes for the game itself and the game's workshop, and I think that it's always some romantic but interesting thing to read. And here the battles that are the favorite one for Jervis Johnson. I said you that this is mainly related about Jervis Johnson regiment and its work for the game social, and I think that it's deserved, because there has been a lot of things that has done for the game social itself, so quite nice. As you can see, there are a lot of things, because there has been a lot of matches that is played, a lot of things that he has done, as we have seen, so a lot to see, but also to appreciate, because you can simply see the history of the Games Workshop here, really, because it's technically one of the strong key of the Games Workshop. And here something related about Kusa City. I now stop to think that I'm still taking my mantra, because I have not been able to find the box about the Kusa City, even if I really wanted it. Still, the game can be quite interesting. I don't like that they continue to publish these ones, because they can make only miss the rules and the box set itself anyway, but still quite interesting. And then we have an article about the Chasm with Underworld, that as usual I see you to watch it and read it if you're interested, because I don't play such game, so I can't see. I only use the miniatures that are of such game, because I find them quite amazing. Here we have new rules about the Aeronautica Imperialis, that can be, for the ones that play it, quite interesting, because it can be really quite good. And here the parts, new rules about Blood Bowl, with the referral that we have seen before. I made you see these ones, so we had these that are available for these, and the new rules profiles that are available, so I think that can be quite interesting. Here rules to play with Middle Earth. Again, I don't play such game, but if you're interested, I suggest you to do. Anyway, even if you don't play, see the images, because you can eventually conversion, or eventually think about realizing such type of assembling, such type of models. I think that it can be quite interesting to recreate your epic battles, because even if I don't play it, I like such images. Here a new fiction, because has been ended the previous one about a book of the Black Library. But here you can find something that it's always interesting, because it's related about what you can find in the Black Library. So here you have, I can see a sample of an article of a book of the Black Library. In the previous White Dwarf has been released a complete book about the Black Library ones. So I think that can be really quite good to understand if it can be your style. Anyway, remember that each author has a different style, so you can appreciate or not. You can prefer Age of Sigmar, you can prefer Warhammer Fantasy, you can prefer Warhammer 40k or other, because there is also books about Warcry and so on. So read it only even to know, because you are interested, if can be quite your thing. And here are the things that we find in the next White Dwarf. I like such models because it's a judicial combined with an apothecary, quite nice. And so we can find something that it will be seen in the next ones, so quite nice. And here this, that is the end, and we can see what it will be the theme of the next White Dwarf. So it will be again related about Octarius and the Tyrants. I hope that there will be new rules about them. They need a refreshing, they need an adding, because there's been a lot of time that has not seen the Tyrant as something new, at least from the Blood of Baal, so it's a lot of time. And even if I don't play Tyrants, I have a lot of them, and technically an army it's coming in being about the Tyrants, even if I don't play them, because there is some project that it will be in the future. Anyway, I think that this White Dwarf it's quite amazing. There is a lot of history because it's related about Jervis Johnson, so there are a lot of things related about him. But if you go to see, you can find also about the Octarius, you can find also about the Indomitus Crusade, you can find the new rules about Blabber, about Aeronautica Imperialis, you can find a lot about the fiction, because you have the ones about the Black Library, and the ones related about the Crusade, the ones related about Octarius. And if you go to see about the conversion, you have a lot of ideas inside here. So I think that it's quite worth. I'm a bit, I can say, moved because there is the retirement of Jervis Johnson, and I think that it's something that someone can celebrate maybe, but it's a bit of pity because it's a bit of the soul of the Games Workshop itself, so it's a bit of pity in that way. Anyway, from Dynamod it's everything. I invite you to put a like on this video, to subscribe to the channel, to ring the bell, and to comment this video if you are interested in something about this video or you want to suggest me some arguments for other videos. I hope to see you again. To the next time.